Hello, Houday Nation. You're watching Houday Network. I'm Carson.
I'm Parker.
Today we're going to be just going over some general Bengals news that you need to know.
Yeah. So, training camp started today. All the fellas are back.
Yeah.
Some with different looks.
Yeah.
I would say. Do you want to just start that?
Yeah. Buzzcut
right here.
season.
Ooh, yeah. Big buzzcut season.
The big three.
The buzzcut Bengals. I mean, that is.
Yeah. Go crazy.
Yeah. Joe Burrow with the bleached buzzcut is crazy.
Yeah.
And then seeing T doesn't really surprise me. I mean, it doesn't.
He's had a buzz cut for.
Yeah, and it doesn't really surprise me that much. Jamar though really caught me off guard, especially because it was right after I learned about Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, we had joked about Joe getting a buzz cut in the last episode of this. I think.
I thought because I saw something that he did. I didn't know if it was real or not.
But then when they posted today and it's bleached
legit.
And everything, I was like, yeesh. I mean. I don't think. I mean, it's not a terrible look, but it's just not what I'm used to out of Joe Burrow.
Rocket. Hey, that means they're locked in. Buzzcut season. They're not messing around. All business.
You don't have to worry about your hair. You just go.
Yeah, he's going Slim Shady mode.
I think everybody should get a buzz cut.
Yeah, everybody on the team.
Everybody have at it. Yeah. That'd be. I don't know about that, dude.
It would be interesting.
Definitely be interesting. I was trying to think of some people that would be super funny with buzz cuts.
Matt Lee.
Yeah, that's a good one. Alex Kappa. I was gonna say that one. There are definitely some other guys with buzz cuts. Orlando Brown has a buzz cut. Doesn't Chase Brown have a buzz cut? I think all three of the Browns have a buzz cut. Does Orlando, Chase and Trent Brown all have buzz cuts?
I don't think Chase Brown really does. He just kind of has like a natural look. I don't like to get a buzz cut. But there's a bunch of dudes with really short hair though.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah. But yeah. I saw this today. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I don't know,
but hey, to each their own.
Yeah,
I mean, if
buzz
you
cut season. Hey, I hope that means that they're more locked in.
That's what I'm thinking.
We're getting a Super Bowl this year.
Yeah,
because this is the year to do it.
It has to be.
This is the year to do it. Next year, you may not have T. You may not have who knows who else.
Yeah,
this is the year to do it.
I think this is the year to make a run.
Let's get a Super Bowl.
I mean, you got to make some contract extensions if you're going to even have any hope for the future. They've talked about extending Jamar. I think they will. I think I said in a previous video, I think he'll get extended. I think it'll be 5 years, $175 million. Is that what I said?
Sure. I have no idea.
Because I think that's $35 million a year, which is exactly what Jefferson's making, except it's a year longer. And I mean the Bengals. If that got signed like that, the Bengals would have the highest paid quarterback ever and the highest paid non-quarterback ever.
Yeah, which isn't necessarily
tough.
What you want, but
I mean,
it's also.
But also, you get your guys locked in.
Yeah,
and
which I know it's going to happen. The Bengals are gonna pay Jamar. They're gonna extend him, and they're gonna pay him a lot of money.
Oh, so much 100%. He's gonna be making a ton of money.
So, because that's what they do a lot of times. It's like their big name. Like everybody's looking at them. Like mainly it's their offensive players, really. Like their big offensive players. That's who they're wanting to pay. Like Trey Henderson. I mean, they got him.
I mean, he got paid last offseason.
He got paid decently well, but they got him for a decent.
Well, yeah, but he's also aging.
It's true, but
I mean, Jamar is young.
Numbers.
So, did you see? While we're talking about this, did you ever see the Keon Coleman video when he was asking them how he's supposed to sign his contract? He's like, "Well, when I sign autographs, I do it different." He's like, "Am I supposed to sign my full name?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, your full name." He's like, "Okay."
He's right. Probably is different.
I was like, I would not sign my full name if I was signing autographs, but. I was like, I feel like that's a given, but hey,
not everybody knows.
I mean, there's plenty of contracts to go around. Marius Mims got signed finally. I was getting scared. I was getting so scared.
I knew he was getting signed. What were they going to do? Just be like, oh, he's not good enough.
Well, yeah, but then
they've been talking about how good he is.
He's the first one that hasn't been signed yet. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Why?
I don't know. Who knows? The Bengals do stuff weird sometimes, so who knows what the reasoning behind that was. But
I don't know.
Mark Cooper.
He
got extended. The Browns already have the most expensive offense in the NFL.
Do they?
I'm pretty sure. It's the Browns and then the Rams. Because of Deshaun Watson, they're getting paid so much money.
Contract is fully guaranteed.
Nick Chubb, I'm pretty sure, is one of the higher paid running backs in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then their O-line is definitely getting paid a lot. Jerry Jeudy, I'm assuming, got a pretty big contract, but I don't know.
He's young, so I don't.
Yeah, but did they even have to... Did they just take on his old contract?
That's what I thought it was.
Because it was just a trade. I don't know if they extended him or not. I'm thinking for some reason they extended him.
They could have. I can look it up.
I don't know why I was thinking they extended him for a year or two.
But the thing with Amari wasn't an extension. It was just a restructure.
No, yeah, they just restructured.
He's just making $5 million more next year than he was going to, which I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was just like, hey, I want $5 million more than next year, and they were like, okay.
I mean, he deserves the $5 million more after what he did last year. Yeah. It's just the Browns. I don't know how much they can keep giving. Because
I mean, the Bengals are going to be right up there next to him after they.
The Bengals still have quite a bit. It's just the fact of once they do Jamar's contract, it's gonna.
He did sign an extension with the Browns.
I thought he did.
3-year, $52 million.
Yeah, so the Browns are spending a lot of money, and in Njoku, I'm sure they probably. I would think
he's making $17 million a year.
Yeah, and Jerry Jeudy is not really.
I mean, he's young, and you can hope to develop him, but
yeah, he's not broken out. I mean, he's been good here and there.
Yeah.
But the Browns, holy crap. I mean, their offense is just so expensive, and then there's no way they have to be paying pretty high on their defense, too.
David Njoku, 4 years, $54 million.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
They're paying guys, but I don't know how much money they have left.
I don't know.
Anything. I mean, the Browns definitely, you're not looking at the Browns being like, they're going to go out and get someone in the, like.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't
get someone that's still available, like. Go get Justin Simmons or something like that randomly, which that's what I've been hearing about the Bengals. Which
you think they're gonna go get?
No, not Justin Simmons, but somebody. I don't remember if it was.
I've heard some Kareem Hunt is the name.
I haven't heard that, but I don't remember if it was Mike. It wasn't Mike Brown. It was Duke Tobin, maybe. Dan. I don't think it was Dan Pitcher because that wouldn't make any sense for him talking on defensive side. But I don't remember who it was. But whoever it was, they were talking about them going and grabbing a cornerback. And he said, well, I think we're good with what we have now. But regardless of what he said, I heard a lot of things about Stephon Gilmore.
He is out there, isn't he?
He's older. They could get him for a little cheaper.
Yeah.
They don't. Their cornerback room is like so uncertain. They have a ton of potential, but nobody knows what the heck's happening with their cornerback room. So if they could bring in like an older guy like that who's a veteran who's still good because he still played well last year. I mean, so they could bring someone like that. I think that'd be huge. And I think they definitely should because here's the thing is they're probably not going to do Jamar's contract until I would think probably next year. I don't think they're going to make any decisions this year.
You don't think I feel like they'll extend him this year. They extended Joe last year.
I know.
His contract
doesn't expire yet.
It was going to expire this offseason. So they extended him last year. Jamar's is going to expire next offseason.
I don't know.
So I would think they would extend it.
They may, but regardless of if they do or not, I think they're still going to have the money if they wanted to go out there someone like a Stephon Gilmore because it's not like they made a ton of moves.
I mean, Gesicki's not making a ton. No. Zach Moss, they're paying him less than they were paying Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
They really overall across the field. They
paid Rankins pretty well, but it's not like he's making insane amount of money.
No, I don't think he's making more than Reader was making.
No, he's not. I don't think.
So they really cut back on some positions of the field.
That's what I'm saying. They already were lower on.
Cheeto was making some money. Mm-hmm. They are paying Geno Stone quite a bit.
Yeah, that's true. But they still got Geno Stone. I remember seeing it. I forget how much they paid him, but I think I remember they still got him for a decent amount of money compared to the other safeties.
Yeah, I mean they were definitely very conservative this offseason with how.
See, that's the thing. It's like I feel like they just saved so much money,
probably so they could extend Jamar.
Yeah, and they still have that money, and it's like they can extend Jamar, and they're still gonna have some left over. That's why I'm thinking if they go after someone like a Stephon Gilmore, I think that'd be great. Like I personally wasn't really wanting them to draft cornerback that much because they already have so much young talent, which they did. They drafted with just one cornerback?
Josh Newton.
Yeah, and then they got a safety to John Anthony.
He's been solid. From what I've heard, he's been I've heard that name thrown around a lot. They made a post specifically about him, which I feel like you don't see that often. And it was just like about how he's done in OTAs and all that stuff. But apparently he's been it was just a post like talking about like, oh, he's been very mature and he's been all over the ball and this and this and this. And it was the first one they made about a rookie, and I was like, but
yeah, I
don't know.
The problem is I think they have so much young talent, and I think it's going to be a good thing with all the competition, but I think that also can create some problems.
It could.
Because it's going to be like, where the heck do we play?
Yeah.
This person, who starts, who's second string? Mm-hmm. Like, they just have so much young talent, and it's like I think if you bring in an older veteran guy like that, they don't have really any veteran guys in their like cornerback room. I can think of
Mike Hilton, but
Mike Hilton because Michael Thomas
on the outside.
Is Michael Thomas still on the team?
He was a safety anyway, wasn't he?
He's still in the secondary.
Did they not have two Michael Thomases on the team at one point? Didn't they have a Michael Thomas and a Mike Thomas? Or like a Michael J. Thomas? Was it Michael J. Thomas?
But regardless, like in the secondary, there's not a ton. It's mostly younger guys. Is what they have. They have a lot of young talent. So I think they brought in somebody.
No, Michael J. Thomas is a saxophonist.
Okay. Well, then they also have Michael Thomas, the receiver.
Then maybe that's Mike Thomas. Bengals. Michael Thomas, he's a free agent, and he was a safety.
Wait, he is? He's not on the team?
No, Michael Thomas, the safety.
Yeah, is he still on the team? Free agent.
Neither of them are on the team anymore.
They re-signed
Mike Thomas, the wide receiver, is not on the team, and Michael Thomas, the safety.
I was kind of hoping they did re-sign Michael Thomas, because it seems like he, like just watching like the mic'd ups and like from training camp, like they've always put on. It seems like Michael Thomas is always like making some type of impact. Not like on the field, but like he's always like talking to younger guys and stuff. But yeah, I think they could go after Stephon Gilmore. I think they'd be big.
They could.
That's like the one person, like, I don't really care about them signing anybody else at this point.
Not
like,
really.
They don't really need to. The only person that I would actually want them to go out and get is probably Stephon Gilmore. Because I can't think of any other
I've heard
veteran guys in the secondary that they really...
in the secondary, yeah.
I mean, that's mainly what... But, I mean, Kareem Hunt...
I've heard that name thrown around.
Might not be terrible to get.
I mean, just to get him... You wouldn't be paying him very much. And you could just
for the heck of it. I mean...
I don't know how much he would be running the ball with...
It's more of just if somebody gets injured, he's a better option than probably Trevion Williams is, I would say.
Or Chris Evans.
Yeah, or Chris Evans.
He would just be there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they signed him, but I'm
not. No, they could get Kareem Hunt for like 1 or 2 year deal for like a couple $1 million.
Yeah, I mean it wouldn't be a ton. So I would not be mad about that.
No, that'd be fine. But it's just a matter of like, I really honestly I don't see the Bengals doing anything else.
I don't think so.
Like if they went after, I'd be perfectly fine. They went after Kareem Hunt or they went after Stephon Gilmore.
I'm fine with that. Yeah,
but
I wouldn't.
Will they? I don't know.
Like that's one of those things where sometimes there's a free agent out there and he gets signed and I'm like, dang it, why did you not jump on that opportunity? Neither of those I would be that upset about unless whoever signs Stephon Gilmore is paying him like
that's nothing. What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If somebody signs Gilmore and they're not paying him much at all, that's where I'm going to be like, you literally could have just got him. He could have been your cornerback one. Yeah. Possibly. I mean, him or Cam Taylor-Britt, because he's still performing at a relatively high level, and he's an older guy. He's got knowledge that the younger guys don't have. Yeah. He could have made a big impact on the field. Yeah. And he's going to make an even bigger impact off the field, I feel like. So you could have got a really valuable player for a low cost
but
if they're not.
But if they're paying like the Rams or something signs him and they're paying him like over $6 or $7 million a year, I'm going to be like, okay, that was a solid pass because they were never going to pay him that, and I would never really expect.
I think if they could get him on like a 1 year, like $3 to $5 million deal,
but like
that would be great. I don't know if somebody could or not.
If somebody goes out there and signs him and he's making like, and it's like, 2 years, $5 million, I'm gonna be like, what are you doing? Like, why did you not jump on that?
100%. But I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
But I just can't believe he's still out there. Same with Justin Simmons.
Same with Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons was good.
There's a couple more guys. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. There's another safety.
Is Harrison Barnes? No, that's a basketball player. Harrison.
You're talking about Harrison Smith. He's still on the Vikings.
Okay. He's been on the Vikings forever.
I know.
I don't know why I said Harrison Barnes.
Who the heck else? I don't remember. I know there's a couple more guys. That are still available, but because I saw the Titans. I saw the Titans were possibly trying to go after Justin Simmons or the other safety that I can't think of who it is off the top of my head. Oh! Now I'm thinking from the Seahawks.
Quandre Diggs. He hasn't been signed.
He hasn't been signed either.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, neither of them have been signed. So it's like, what the heck? Like, what are we doing? So I mean, if the Bengals win after one of those guys, wouldn't be terrible, but I don't want them to go after them and pay him a lot of money because I don't think they really need him that much. Yeah. I mean, their safety room is really pretty similar to their cornerback room. Yeah. Their whole secondary in general, they're just...
Keanu Neal hasn't been signed yet?
Yeah, there's some guys out there.
Is that... Maybe I found a bad website, but it seems like... I don't know. Keanu Neal is a pretty big name. I cannot believe Quandre Diggs hasn't been signed to anybody yet. Are you sure about that?
I'm sure. Look it up. And if he did, it must have been recently.
Quandre Diggs is very solid. Yeah, he's a free agent. I cannot believe that.
And Justin Simmons they were like top safeties, but
did they? No, who signed Jamal Adams?
Jamal Adams signed the Titans. Titans
That's who it was.
Uzier, they have Jamal Adams, they have Snead.
Oh yeah, they spent some money this offseason. So why would the
Titans want Simmons too?
Did the Seahawks really let Quandre Diggs and Jamal Adams walk in the same offseason?
So
that's crazy.
They have a good cornerbacks, but I can't think of their safeties off the top of my head. Who they even have? Julian Love, is he a safety? Is Julian Love a safety?
I know the name
because he's pretty good. I think it's his name. I think that's what I'm thinking of.
I know
he was in the top 100 players for the Seahawks.
He's signed to the Seahawks.
Is he? He was the Seahawks.
He's a safety.
Year.
Yeah, he's a safety. Okay, so they have him
too. Unless Quandre Diggs, not Quandre Diggs. Unless Jamal Adams didn't start last year. He came back last year. He came back last year. Remember, he was injured.
He's a big name. So
yeah, but I know Julian Love started. Julian Love was in the top 100 players.
He was?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe
he had a big year last year. He had quite a few. He had quite a few interceptions.
Okay, so maybe
I don't know, but their secondary is pretty good.
That Quandre Diggs and Justin Simmons are still on the board.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand that. I don't know who's going to sign them.
Both
same with, like I said though, same with
except the Bengals don't really need safety at this point. I mean, you're already fighting at the safety room for starting spots.
That's why I'm thinking Quandre Diggs is a little bit older.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, but I'm just more interested in if they'd sign Stephon Gilmore because I think the need there is a little bit higher at cornerback, and also just the fact that he was one of the best in the league, and he's a veteran guy, and he's still really solid. But
he's 33 though.
Yeah.
So
that's why
they wouldn't be paying him very much.
You wouldn't think. I don't know what the Colts paid him last year because did they sign him to a 1-year deal?
Was he on the Colts or the Cowboys last year? I thought he was on the Cowboys last year.
I think he was on the Colts.
Hold up.
Hold on.
Are you sure?
I thought so. He went on the Cowboys, I don't think.
No, he was on the Cowboys last year.
He was?
He went Buffalo. He was on Buffalo for 5 years, and then he was on New England for 5.
He wasn't on the Colts at all?
No, he was on the Colts in 2022. He went New England, and then he was on. Yeah, he played quite a bit last year.
The heck? Well, who would? Well, I guess Trayvon Diggs got hurt,
and they had
the one dude who kept getting all the interceptions. What the heck is his name?
Deron Bland.
Did
you know? I learned this the other day.
I did not know he was. I thought he was on the Colts. Still.
The Bengals traded up and picked Tyson Anderson 1 pick before Deron Bland. Did you know that?
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
But see, Deron Bland I think is overrated.
I mean, that's a pure ball hawk. There's something to be said about pure ball
but
hawks.
The problem is I think that's his role, and he's really good in his role. The only problem is I think people go too high with it. I think mainly Cowboys fans, just because they see how many pick sixes he had, and they're like, "Oh, he's a top 5 cornerback in the NFL."
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that.
I've heard people say that. And
he was very good last year.
He gets beat in coverage quite a bit though. Like I saw something on PFF.
Yeah.
Like his rating against coverage was like very low. But he does get interceptions, and the same thing goes for Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs is just a little better in coverage than what he is.
Okay, so let me, while we're on this, give me your top 5 corners in the league.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. You give me your top 5 because you go first.
Okay, I would have Sauce probably at 1.
That's probably who I'd
I would have PS2 in there.
Okay,
have to have him in there. You have to have Jalen Johnson in there. After last year, Jalen Johnson might have been the best corner last year. I would still put Jair Alexander in there. And then, just trying to think, like around the league. Oh, Denzel Ward.
Okay.
You could throw Jalen Ramsey in there. You could throw a couple names in there.
I'm thinking number 1. I'm thinking Sauce.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is kind of I'm thinking number 2 personally. I'm thinking L'Jarius Sneed.
Ooh, I forgot about him.
And number 2.
I would take Jair out of there and put L'Jarius Sneed.
Okay.
So give me, if I'm going 1 through 5, I would go Sauce 1, PS2 at 2, probably Jalen Johnson at 3, L'Jarius Sneed at 4, and Denzel Ward at 5. Okay, I feel like you still have to have Denzel Ward in there because he was very good last year.
Yeah, so I'm thinking probably Sauce, I'm thinking L'Jarius, then I'm probably thinking Jalen Johnson, then PS2, and then See, that's tough because there's still a lot of guys that because Denzel Ward. Who else? I'm trying to think of some other names.
I mean, there was
around the league.
There's Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah.
And there's
Ooh, wait, no, hold on.
I mean, I'm just thinking by team. Is really the way I'm thinking right now. Oh, Charvarius Ward has to be somewhere in there. He was crazy on the Niners last year.
Yeah, but it's just the fact of top 5.
Yeah, like I mean, I wouldn't put him top 5, but I would understand having him top 5.
Yeah, I think Marlon Humphrey's fair, or you could say Jair Alexander.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. I feel like there's somebody I'm missing.
I mean, there very well could be. I'm just trying to think through like all the teams and who has what players and everything.
I don't know. I can't think. I can't think of all the teams off the top of my head. Oh. Well, top 5. I don't know if it's top 5. Derek Stingley. Derek Stingley was really good last year.
He was very good, but I don't know if I would have him top 5.
I wouldn't have him top 5, but he was a really good cornerback. I'm just trying to think of good cornerbacks in general.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly, that would be a great episode if we just did that for every position.
Well, like top.
Just put a top 5 for every position.
Yeah. Who's the best cornerbacks in the NFL? What team?
What team? Oh, the Browns. I've talked about this. I talked about this last time.
I think it's got to be the Browns, or I can't think of a ton of names off the top of my head, but I know the Jets have a very solid.
Theirs is very solid. Theirs is definitely very solid. But I sang praises for the Browns in the last video, dude.
The Browns.
Denzel Ward, Greg Newton, and Marson, and
they're legit.
Greg Newsome and Martin.
And I wonder what they're paying them.
All right.
So the Browns.
The two of those guys are young. I know,
but are they on their rookie deal?
But they might be.
Because the Browns, they're not extending them because the Browns have to be like poverty franchise in the matter of the amount of money they're spending.
I'm gonna look up who has. I'm gonna look up the salary cap list.
Have to be towards the bottom of having the lowest amount of money available to spend.
I think the Bengals are pretty high on this list.
They have a lot of cap still. I mean, I think they're in like the top 10 in amount of money they have.
Maybe I should go to PFF. That would probably
maybe
be the most reliable source because I'm forgetting a ton of websites.
The Commanders, I think, have a ton.
Oh yeah, they're number 1.
Yeah.
They have 81 million in cap space.
They just don't have a ton of weapons on their team.
Because where are the Browns at? The Browns
offense or defense.
The Browns are. Wait, I counted that wrong. like 25th or 24th in the league.
I honestly thought they'd be lower than that. Who's the last?
The Chargers.
The Chargers? Who are they paying?
I don't know, but they're
Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa.
Their cap space.
Justin Herbert.
Their cap space is negative 25 million.
Well, it doesn't make any sense because they're not paying Keenan Allen anymore. They're not paying Mike Williams anymore.
Herbert's making bank.
I know he is, and the 2 defensive linemen probably are, but I mean,
Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, or do they? They don't still have Jason Jackson. Derwin James.
Derwin James
is getting paid.
I just don't know how they could be last, and unless they're just paying some like their O-linemen.
This is according to PFF, and this is very similar to numbers that I've seen before because it goes. It's not even close. They have negative $25 million in cap space. Next, like 31st in the league is the Chiefs with negative 5.
I'll say the Chiefs.
And then it's the Ravens with negative 180,000. And then it's the Saints with 1 million. Bills.
How do you go negative though? I don't know. I don't know.
I feel allowed to do that. Do you not remember like 2 or 3 years back when the Saints cap space was like negative 50, and they had to readjust a ton of contracts and stuff?
That doesn't make any sense. I feel like before the season starts, you would have to.
And they might have to. I don't know. But yeah, the Bengals have $42 million in cap space.
Are they top like 15 or something?
They are.
I think they were top 10 or 15.
They're 10.
Okay.
They are 10.
I was going to say, because I think they're doing pretty good.
So, yeah. But also, if you pay Jamar $35 million,
they're still not going to drop. They're still not going to drop to the bottom. They're still going to probably be.
They wouldn't be last.
Top 25, top 20. Still, I'm sure they still have quite a bit of money left.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
But yeah, the Browns don't have a lot to go around, so they probably won't pay some of those guys. Maybe the Bengals could jump on maybe a Greg Newsome or Martin Emerson at some point.
At some point, maybe.
But yeah, so I mean, Yeah, the Browns spend a lot of money. I'm surprised the Bengals. I always knew the Bengals were decently high, but I'm surprised they're top 10.
They don't spend money.
They don't.
They find people.
Mike Brown is a little.
It works though.
Cheap.
They find people and they're able to pay them lower costs than whatever else.
Do you know
Trent Brown? They didn't pay him.
Brown, they're not paying him.
They did not pay him hardly anything. But he came to
Zach Moss. They're really not paying Zach Moss very much for being the starting running back next year.
Yeah, he was a backup last year.
Yeah,
he didn't have a lot of. He didn't have a lot of publicity on his name, really, and he's a running back. So
yeah, I mean,
you could get him for a lot cheaper.
Yeah, but Jamar is gonna. I mean, that salary cap is gonna be crazy when they extend.
And then, personally, honestly, I'm not really too concerned if next year they don't have T, because you look at what they have around him.
Yeah,
you've got Jamar still. You've got Jermaine Burton, who you just signed, who I've heard has been doing really well.
Yeah.
You've got Yoshi Vaught, who did really well last year. Charlie Jones, who's shown flashes of being good. Yeah. You've got, how long did Mike Gesicki sign for? Is it a 2-year deal?
I thought he was on the 1-year deal.
He might be. But if he's not, you still got to.
Because I thought the whole thing was how the Bengals always just sign tight ends for 1 year. That's why I thought they were going to. I wanted them to draft Brock Bowers, and I'd be like, okay, you're the tight end now. And
then the Raiders. What are they going to do?
Oh, yeah, we'll take
the Raiders. Oh, yeah, we got Devontae Adams, who does not want to be on the team.
No, he doesn't.
They have no quarterback.
It's like, did you see the thing where they were like, if you could play for any quarterback in the league, who would it be? And he was like, Aaron Rodgers. And I was like, imagine that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, no, you left to go play with your Fresno State buddy, and then you realize that he sucks. And then you're like, oh, I want to play with Aaron Rodgers now.
That was Derek Carr, right?
Yeah.
But they
went to college together.
Derek Carr, that was like his best season in like, I don't know how long, because Derek Carr has been so bad. And when he played with Devontae, they actually didn't do terrible together.
Yeah, but
then once they got Jimmy, it was awful. And then Aiden O'Connell was not much better.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, who do they have now? Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell? Those are their two main. Like, what the heck?
Oh, yeah. Gesicki signed a 1-year deal worth $3.25 million.
That's a good deal.
That's what I'm saying.
I wish they would have signed him.
They will not pay Stephon Gilmore very much.
I know they won't.
I mean, they're paying their starting tight end $3 million.
Well, that would be a cornerback 1 or 2.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know.
And then speaking of tight end, Eric All, I guess, that could be the thing where if Gesicki leaves after this year, Eric All steps into that role.
Yeah.
The only problem is Eric All has not played yet. He's still injured.
Yeah.
I don't know when he's coming back.
Nobody really knows.
TJ Hawkinson, I saw, just got placed on the physically unable to perform list.
TJ Hawkinson?
Yeah, because remember he tore his ACL last year?
Oh, yeah, he did.
So he's still not able. He's going to miss at least like the first few weeks of football.
Yikes.
So I guess for fantasy, we're gonna make sure nobody's watching this. Don't tell them that. TJ Hawkinson won't play the first 4 weeks. Let him draft him early.
Okay, well, we're on it. Top 5 tight ends in the league.
Ooh, like counting TJ Hawkinson.
Sure. I'm just saying right now, top 5 tight ends in the league.
I'm gonna say Kittle at 1.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm gonna say. It's like it's easy just to say Kelsey, but
that's what I was gonna say.
I would say Kelsey at 2. See, it's hard because last year there were so many random breakout tight ends.
They're kind of weird. Who was the dude on the Cowboys?
Jake Ferguson.
He had a year.
Good. There was so many guys. I mean, I guess I would say Hawkinson at 3.
Okay.
4 would have to be. I don't know, because you could put Njoku there. Mm-hmm. You could put Laporta there.
Dude,
I would say those 2.
Sam Laporta saved my fantasy team last year.
3, and then I would say those 2 are somewhere. But then also guys like Dalton Kincaid are up there. Jake Ferguson, I would say, is somewhere up there. He played really well last year. There's a ton of guys.
I'll just throw out there, for anybody looking for fantasy football advice, if you're on the waivers, you have to keep lookout for who's there. I won the fantasy league last year with CJ Stroud and Sam Laporta, who I both picked up off waivers. And I believe CJ Stroud was like the quarterback 5 maybe in points per game by the end of the season.
I never had a quarterback.
And then Sam Laporta was tight end 1. So,
I got cooked off of that because I think I picked up Sam Laporta and dropped him.
Yeah.
So that was not good. I also dropped Breece Hall.
Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about
That
a
was
comeback
not good.
story? My fantasy
You
team
want to talk
last
about a absolute dominance turned into sucking? That's my story.
year. See, I did the opposite.
Because Tyreek Hill, I mean, my starters, I'm like, oh, I'm so good. I've got CeeDee Lamb, Sedarius, I have Tyreek Hill. I don't know who my running backs were. Alvin Kamara, Bijan, all these people.
Yeah.
Bijan decided to score like 3 points a game all of a sudden at the end of the year.
Arthur Smith decided that Bijan was going to score 3 points a game.
Tyreek Hill got hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I just got absolutely cooked. I had no quarterback all year. I was rotating between Kyler Murray and Tua. So.
Yeah. Who, have you seen Tua now?
His shaved? He got shaved?
Well, no. He has like a perm, and he's like skinny.
Really?
Have you not seen this?
I saw he shaved his beard.
Tua became like, well, yes, he's shaved, but now he looks like Russell Wilson now. He has a full-on perm up top, and I swear he lost like 50 pounds. Have you not seen this guy now? I mean, last year he was like pretty
Russell
built,
Wilson 2.0.
I mean, Tua's always been like a pretty built quarterback, you know? See if I can find a picture. I mean, he looks like a psycho now. He looks like he sucks at football. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay, so this was like, that was him last year, right? I mean, pretty built.
Looks like Kyler Murray.
He's got the short hair,
just a little taller,
and the beard. That's him this year. Look how much weight he lost, and he's rocking the perm.
I mean, I can't even tell by that picture.
Look at that.
Okay, yeah, you can tell a little bit.
I mean, that's Russell Wilson. He lost so much weight. He shaved the beard. He's got the perm going.
I mean,
I don't know if I trust that, man. What?
Lamar lost some weight too. It just depends because some quarterbacks want to be more mobile, so lose some weight.
Yeah.
I saw Will Anderson was talking about how he gained weight. He thought he was getting pushed around.
Yeah,
just all depends.
Some people want rookie of the year. So
yeah, some people want to gain weight. Some people want to lose.
I know that just caught me so off guard. I was like, he looks like Russell Wilson. Mm-hmm. But anyway, my top 5 tight ends.
If you say Sam Laporta at like number 2, I'm gonna actually.
I was gonna put him at 3. I was gonna say
putting him over T.J. Hawkinson or
probably.
Okay.
I mean,
that's wild.
I was going.
T.J. Hawkinson is so dominant. I almost put T.J. Hawkinson over Travis Kelce.
I mean, okay, but Travis Kelce has consistency.
Travis Kelce is overrated in my opinion.
But he's consistent.
I'm gonna go out and say it.
He's consistent.
He was like the best tight end back in the day. The last couple of years, people still want to put him at number 1. He ain't number 1.
I was gonna say
3 or 2.
I was gonna say Kittle's
Kelce,
1, in my opinion. Laporta, Hawkinson, maybe Mark Andrews. Depends how.
Ooh, I forgot about Mark Andrews.
Depends how Mark Andrews bounces back.
I forgot about him. I put him over Njoku because Njoku was not good with Deshaun Watson last year. So
yeah. So
I forgot about Mark Andrews completely. I don't know why I always forget about Mark Andrews. I think it's just because he gets hurt all the time.
I don't know about all the time. He's got hurt last year. He missed a bunch of time last year, and it's just like
I mean, maybe not, but Darren Waller, R.I.P. to his career.
Have you seen the music video? Yes. It's so good. I love it so much. Anybody who hasn't seen it, what's it called? I want to give a shout out to this.
Good thing we don't have enough subscribers. If I could be copyrighted,
I would hold my phone up to the camera and be like, "Here, watch this whole video."
Darren Waller, come on the podcast. He's not coming on the podcast.
Music video. He would not come on the podcast. Who Knew by Darren Waller. Go watch it.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Oh, yep, that's the one.
Who Knew? Yeah.
It's almost like
it's a tough
almost
watch.
Good because of how bad it is.
It's a tough
okay, no,
watch.
the problem is like the melody with the song is not that terrible. He just has horrible vocals. Like if he wrote the song and had someone else sing it, like Post Malone, if he wrote the song and Post Malone sang the song, I don't think it'd be that bad.
No, but it's.
I think it's just the fact that he can't
itself.
Sing. In the video,
he cannot sing.
No, like I literally think
the video itself is a tough watch.
If you took that song and had Post Malone sing it, I don't think it'd be bad at all. Yeah. But also Post Malone has like very good vocals. So, I mean, Post Malone, come on the show. He's not coming on the show.
He would not come on the show.
I don't know.
We gotta quit trying to get people on this show.
I never will quit trying to get on the people's show because nobody's on the show yet.
It's Sam's birthday. Shout out to Sam. We talked about Sam last video. He will be on here at some point. Sam is about this tall, and he has what looks like bleach blonde hair, and he is the biggest Steelers fan you'll ever meet, and he is
terrible. Absolutely terrible.
And hilarious, though. I mean, Sam's the best.
He's just terrible.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Steelers fans. I remember Literally just from being like when I was really young, we went to the same babysitters. That dude always would have freaking Steelers stuff everywhere.
And
that was before I even was a big Bengals fan. Like I didn't even watch football till 4 years ago. 3 years ago maybe. And that dude always had all the Steelers stuff. He'd be wearing Steelers stuff all the time. He had a Steelers bag.
I would be over there. We'd be in 6th grade. I'd be at his house. Be like, all right, these are my 3 Steelers jerseys.
Every time I went to his house, there was Steelers stuff everywhere. And I'm like, how do you have so much Steelers stuff? How can you be this big of a fan? And then he's just the most annoying person if the Steelers win and you're at school. So I'm glad when I left that school and I went to CTC, I didn't have to deal with Sam talking about the freaking Steelers when they got a win. Because it was the worst thing ever. It's the worst experience is when you are in a class with him and the Steelers just won.
Yeah. Dude, when they went 11-0, that one year that everybody called them the worst 11-0 team ever. And he was like, no, we're not. We're so good and we're going to win the Super Bowl. And then they lost 4 games.
We have Mike Tomlin, TJ Watt.
Out of their last 6, they lost 4 games. And then I think that was the year they got smoked by the Browns in the first round of the playoffs when Baker Mayfield absolutely just showed up and showed out.
I just hate the Steelers. But really, the Steelers are not my least favorite team anymore. The Chiefs have taken that.
Oh, easily.
I just hate the Chiefs. I really don't like Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry, Patrick Mahomes. He's probably not a terrible guy or anything.
He seems like a great guy, and he's a really good
just so annoying to watch because it's so annoying because it's not the fact that the throws he makes or whatever. It's just the fact that he doesn't get sacked, and that's what I hate. He's just always running around like this, and he somehow, he's not even running fast. He just somehow finds a way.
He's a magician, bro.
To not get tackled. And I'm like, what is happening right now? It's awful to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's whatever. Mm-hmm. He's good, but.
You think we could get Donna Kelsey on this show?
No, I don't think we could.
Dude, I would want her on this show so bad.
I feel like there's no way that's happening for the fact of she probably doesn't even have Instagram. She does. Doubt she's very active on it.
Yeah, I mean,
also, she's probably doing promos for something.
Oh, 100%. I would be too. If I had 2 sons in the NFL, I'd be
two are 2 of the best at their position of all time.
I would say.
Is Jason Kelsey the best center of all time?
I would say he is, but probably because I don't go back and see that many centers.
Yeah,
but I know this. He will pretty easily walk into the Hall of Fame. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean,
how many
Super Bowls has he won? 2.
2. I feel like he will make it easily into the Hall of Fame, and he will be the only center in the Hall of Fame. I don't think there's a center in the Hall of Fame right now. I really don't.
They're not a center in the Hall of Fame?
I feel like I've heard that before. I mean, I could be wrong there, but it just seems like, and I'm sure you could go back and be like, this guy was great statistically and yada, yada, yada. But it just seems like Jason Kelsey might be the greatest center of all time, and Travis could go down as the greatest tight end of all time. He could.
No. I know people are going to say that he could. He is not. You are not Rob Gronkowski, buddy.
What? No,
you're not Gronk.
Here's the
thing. You're not Gronk, buddy.
I don't think he's the GOAT right now.
But he's going to be in the league for 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yes, I understand.
Everybody
win more Super Bowls.
Tony Gonzalez has the stats, right? I mean, Tony Gonzalez statistically probably the greatest tight end. Statistically, probably the greatest tight end.
But if you just
Gronkowski
watch
has
a game,
the wins.
Watch a game with freaking Gronk in the game. He just makes such a difference.
I mean, he did. He did.
His blocking, for one, he's the best blocking tight end that I've seen. I'm sure he's not the best blocking tight end of all time. I'm sure there were some guys that were in there that literally just blocked.
Yeah,
couldn't
you're just like an extra
for a lick
tackle
of anything.
Yeah.
But he's a very good blocking tight end. I mean,
he was.
You can catch anything. Bro's insane.
But I'm just saying, I'm not saying right now. I would probably take Gronk right now.
Travis Kelce is one of the best tight ends of all time.
If Travis Kelce has 2 to 3 more 1,000-yard receiving seasons, and he wins another Super Bowl in that, I would say he's.
He didn't even get 1,000 yards last year, did he?
He was close. He had 900 something.
See, the problem is you also got to look. I don't know. I was going to say the receivers around him, but I mean, there's a lot of tight ends over the years. Antonio Gates, you got to put up there somewhere too.
That dude was a dog. He's probably top 5.
He was a dog. You got to put.
Why can I not see bro's stats?
You got to put the other Patriots tight end up there too. Stats.
Wait, what?
The other all-time Patriots tight end.
Are you talking about Aaron Hernandez?
Put him up there.
Let's not.
I'm not gonna lie though, if he freaking had his head on straight and didn't have absolute mental problems, Could have been a really good tight end.
Well, yeah, but
I'm just saying he had a lot of potential. Yeah. Whatever happened.
Travis Kelce had 984 last year.
I think it was close.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying he's a GOAT right now, but he could be.
He can't really block.
Yeah, but if you are,
he's a good receiving tight end. So is Sam Laporta.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, what if Sam Laporta becomes the greatest tight end of all time? Hey. I mean, that rookie season, that was a crazy rookie season, dude.
I mean, it was. I don't see that happening.
But no, I doubt.
The problem is I feel like to be the best tight end of all time, you've got to be able to do like a dual rule. Like, I feel like it's more likely of George Kittle to be known as the greatest tight end of all time than Travis Kelce.
George Kittle?
Yes, because here's the problem is everybody always looks at Travis Kelce and just says Travis Kelce this, Travis Kelce that because of how good a receiver he is. But they always overlook George Kittle because they're like,
George Kittle
he can block.
Is very good.
When you watch a game, the problem is the 49ers have so many weapons, so George Kittle isn't able to shine as much. So George Kittle could have about just as many 1,000-yard seasons as what Travis Kelce's had if he got thrown the ball more.
Okay.
Travis Kelce gets way more targets than what George Kittle does because he's the main focal point of their offense. George Kittle is not the main focal point of the 49ers offense, even though some could say that he's their best offensive player. I would not say that outside of Christian McCaffrey, like their best receiver. I probably wouldn't say that, but at the same time, you know what? I might because, I mean, Debo's
pretty good.
Debo's good, but he's not consistent. Brandon Ayuk's consistent, but what?
Is he going to be on the team next year?
Is he consistent though?
He's pretty consistent.
Brandon Ayuk will have games where he has he'll have like Gabe Davis type of moments sometimes.
Yeah, but you could say that for almost every wide receiver. You can say that for Jamar.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think
Jamar always has a game every year where he goes off.
I just think if you look at the situations that they've both been in for the entirety of their career, and Travis Kelce has always been the Chiefs' number one option, at least for far as I can remember, other than Tyreek, I guess. But was Tyreek their number one option?
Yes. Tyreek was putting up numbers with Patrick Mahomes. He's putting up more numbers now, but
I guess Tyreek Hill, you could say, but that was only for what? How long was Tyreek Hill on the team?
Quite a while.
3 years?
More than that. He was on the team for a while because he was known more as a returner for a while. But how long was he making an impact on? I'll look up his career stats and we'll.
Regardless, though, there's been a lot of years where Travis Kelce has
6 years on Kansas City.
Okay.
His rookie year, he had 593.
And how long has Travis Kelce been in the league?
Okay, wait. I'm gonna go through this and then I'll go through Travis Kelce. So in 2016, his rookie year, he had 593 yards. In 2017, he had 1183.
Okay, nice.
In 2018, he had 1479. Okay. In 2019, he had 860. But he only played 12 games.
Uh-huh. So his second year was his breakout year.
In 2020, that was his breakout year. It wasn't his best year. His third year was his best year.
But I'm saying his breakout year to where he became their number one option.
Yeah.
Or him and Travis Kelce, regardless. So 5 years.
2020, he had 1276 and 15 touchdowns. And then 2021, he had 1239. Those are all crazy.
So
numbers.
5 years he was in there, and he was, you could say, their number one option. Yeah. How long has Travis Kelce been in the league?
Okay, let's check.
Probably
he's getting
10
old.
years.
You know, he's just as old as Gronk. Did you know that?
Gronk just retired early. And
I know, but that always surprises me, though. I
don't know. I guess he just...
I forgot you can't find
who else?
Travis Kelce stats anywhere because it's like Taylor Swift.
Oh, my gosh.
As you swipe through. Okay, so he was on... He's been on the team for 11 years.
So there's been 6 years.
6 years where he was probably their number one option.
Yeah, and the other 5 years of where it was really just him and Tyreek.
Kinda, yeah.
Who else? I mean, I can't think of any other good receivers that were on the Chiefs that actually made a big impact.
I mean, I don't know that there were.
Niners, I feel like Debo's been there for a while.
Been there for a decent bit. Ayuk hasn't been there for super long.
Ayuk's been there for a decent bit. I would say probably 3 or 4 years.
Okay. McCaffrey's been there for a year and a half.
Yeah. But then they had a receiver before that, didn't they?
Before
Ayuk? I could have sworn they had a good receiver with Kittle before that.
Did they?
Maybe not.
Well, okay.
Terrell Owens would have been earlier. He wouldn't have played with Kittle. He didn't even play there.
Who was on? What year did they go to the Super Bowl? It wasn't last year. Was that?
Yeah, with Kaepernick. Was Kittle on the team?
That wasn't Kaepernick. That was Garoppolo.
Oh,
in like 2020 when they got beat by the Chiefs.
Yeah,
because
who was on the team then? Was Ayuk on the team then?
No. Okay.
I feel like they had it. They had
49ers 2020 roster. I believe this was the year.
The receiver or running back, one of the two that was really good. Or did they not?
I mean, they did have Ayuk. It was his rookie year.
Okay.
He had 748 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Okay, that's good.
They really didn't have a whole lot of stats this year. I mean, it was a lot of defense, to be honest with you.
That's
wait. No, I can't find the right year because it says their quarterback is Nick Mullins. It was 2020, right? Because 2021 was the year it was Bengals Rams in the Super Bowl. Or was that 2022? No.
Last year would have been.
So last year was the 2023 season.
2022 was the Eagles and Chiefs.
Yes, so 2021 was the Bengals and Rams. So unless they're going off like.
Was it 20? Was 20?
Yeah, because this does not. Nick Mullins was not their starting quarterback this year.
I have no idea.
Okay, 49ers initial 20-man or 2020 53-man roster. Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, running backs Tevin Coleman, Raheem Mostert, Kyle Juszczyk, wide receivers Brandon Ayuk, Kendrick Bourne, and Deebo Samuel, and Trent Taylor, who is not on the Bengals anymore, right? Where's he at?
I don't remember. He got signed by somebody.
Tight end George Kittle. And then really it was just defense that year. Their defense was still crazy last year.
So think of another team.
Must have been. But yeah.
So, whatever.
I mean,
anyways,
I could see it going either way. But Travis Kelce right now is probably a top 3 tight end of all time. He could go down to number 1.
Yeah. I think that's fair to say. He's in the conversation. I think Kittle's in the conversation as well. But I think the people higher in the conversation are Gonzalez
and
Gronk. A lot of people say Kelce, so I guess Kelce or even Antonio Gates.
Antonio Gates had touchdowns, but he didn't really have yards. He was a red zone guy.
Yeah, but I mean,
so
kind of what tight ends.
Red zone guy is
kind of what tight ends are more used for, blocking and red zone. So
yeah, so
I don't know.
Either way,
I mean Gronk was too, but he just.
But I also learned while doing that research that Travis Kelce had a year where he had like 1,450 yards, which is psychotic.
Yeah, I mean you say best receiving tight end of all time.
I would say
I could see where
I could see
Travis
Tony
Kelce.
Gonzalez, but I could definitely see Travis Kelce
because Gronk was a great receiver, but if you put him up against Travis Kelce, I think Travis Kelce is a better receiver.
He is,
but when you look at tight end, like what they're better at, I think Gronk was a little better in the red zone with his size, and he's a way better blocker.
Yeah,
so. I don't know. It's whatever. Back to Bengals news.
I was saying, did we just lose the idea of Bengals news for like 20 minutes?
Lost the idea of Bengals news. I think we covered most of everything that's been out.
We talked about the buzz cuts. We talked about the contracts. Eric All is hurt. Josh Newton's been playing well. I mean, I don't know what else there is. Amarius Mims. Did we talk about Amarius Mims signing? Yes, we did.
He got signed, yeah.
Yeah.
I think really everything's out there. I think, what is it? End of July right now. It's almost August.
It's the 23rd.
Week till August. Preseason's coming in about 2.5 weeks?
Preseason, the first game is August 10th because we will be there.
We'll be at that. We'll be going to preseason game
Hopefully we can figure out how to kind of vlog the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know about like the whole thing, but we'll definitely talk about it a little bit.
We'll edit it together. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
But see if we can meet a player, talk to him, get him on the show.
That would be great. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I get the feeling our special guest for a while is going to be Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, we'll see. I've talked to Sam, and Sam said he would come on this show. 100%.
Yeah, Corner said the same
thing. He's just busy today because it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Sam. 18 today. He's an old man.
Even though 18.
I turn 18 in like 2 weeks. Sam's like 2 weeks older than me.
I'm going to be honest. I thought Sam was older than that. I thought he was right behind me age-wise.
When was your birthday?
March.
Okay, so I mean you're a couple months older than him. Yeah,
I thought he was closer to me than that, but maybe not because I know he could have been in our grade.
He could have, but I mean I mean, well, it would be close. There's people in my grade that could have, but Sam, I don't think could have ever. Yeah. I turn 18 August 3rd. Okay. So but I don't know. So yeah, happy 18, Sam. He's an adult now. That's scary.
How does he an adult?
I don't know. Sam is the least adult.
Like he's 15.
Well, Sam goes back and forth between 15 and 50.
He does.
Because if you know him, he drives an old truck. He talks like an old man.
He does.
He's constantly, like, his legs constantly hurt. He's constantly complaining about something. But then if you look at him, you're like, okay, buddy, you're 14. This sounds so mean.
He's 14.
But I love Sam so much.
It's like at the same time.
Sam's so chill, and I love talking football with Sam. We're just dogging on him right now, but that's
He'll
just how
be
it
on
goes
eventually,
sometimes.
And we will be talking about the angry Steelers fan rant because it's going to happen. We're going to bring up Arthur Smith. We're going to bring up
Matt Canada and Presley Harvin.
We're going to bring up
Russell
the quarterback
Wilson
situation
and Justin Fields.
We're going to bring up the fact that they have no receivers.
Yeah, they have George Pickens.
Other than George Pickens, they have no receivers. Roman Wilson is not going to make that much of an impact.
Doubt it.
What the heck am I talking about? Van Jefferson is not making an impact. He never has, except for when he was good, and that's not been for a while. So screw the Steelers. Bengals on top.
We're definitely
better than everybody in the division.
We'll definitely be like, oh yeah, Myles Garrett definitely deserved to win Defensive Player last year, and then you'll get at least a 10-minute rant out of that alone, because I remember the year it was probably like 2020 or 2021. It was Aaron Donald and T.J. Watt were the top two for it, and everybody thought T.J. Watt was going to win. Aaron Donald ended up winning it, and I remember trying to explain to him like, "Oh, Aaron Donald is a defensive tackle that put up crazy numbers," and he was like, "No," just going on and on and on.
T.J. Watt has been robbed so many times. I wish he was on the Bengals because I hate when we play them, and he just screws over our entire team.
Yeah,
but
it inevitably happens at least one game every year.
Yeah.
So usually both,
but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So we covered everything you need to know.
Yeah. I think we'll try to show out a little bit for episode 10. This episode 9. Yeah. This is a pretty laid back episode. We're getting off topic.
We'll get something crazy.
Just an episode to get something out.
We've actually got somebody coming on the show for episode 10.
What was that?
I'm just kidding. I was
going to say Ocho's not coming on.
We may have somebody. Possibly could be Sam. He's a pretty big celebrity. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll see you on that one.
Sam's going to watch this back. I'm not coming on this show.
Yeah.
It just made fun of me for 10 minutes.
He ain't going to watch all the way up to this point.
No.
Nobody does.
No.
If anybody watches up to this point, comment. Watched up until this point. Comment that. And then we'll see if anybody comments.
You're going to get a comment from my grandpa.
Probably.
My grandpa watches every one of these.
Probably my grandpa too.
And I love him. I love you, grandpa.
Or my girlfriend's grandpa.
He
watches all of these.
He sits there. My grandma sent me a picture one time. He had his phone like this. He was watching it. And his dog, Louie, who's a little like Jack Russell, was sitting on his stomach watching it.
There's going to be like three or four grandpas in general associated with us that are going to end up commenting that. Watched until this point. If they know how to comment that.
No. Well, none of them probably have accounts, so they probably can't.
It's probably true.
But
anyways.
Shout out to all the grandpas who are still watching right now.
For real.
I appreciate it. I would say the people that are going to get to this point in the video is going to be like 4 grandpas, me, and you. Yeah. Because you're going to edit it, and I'm going to watch it when it comes out.
Yeah.
Because I watch everyone when they come out. One, so I can be like, oh, we got off topic a lot, or like da-da-da-da. Yeah, and then 2, so I can make the TikToks. Follow the TikTok, Houday Network.
Yep.
I have them posted through episode 6. I'll probably get 7 tomorrow, and then if I do episode 7 tomorrow, I won't do 7 and 8. Because I find that the more TikToks I post in a day, the less views they start to get. So I'll probably do 7 tomorrow. Those will probably be out. And then 8 will probably be out the next day. And then the ones from today might be out the day after that. So follow the TikTok, follow the Instagram Reels.
It's not popping, but there's been a couple hundred views. But
no, we had.
Yeah. I think shout out to anybody we don't know personally that follows the channel, because there's a couple people out there.
Yeah.
So let's keep growing that. Let's get some people we don't know personally
on TikTok. Yeah. Let's give a shout out real quick. Let's give a shout out
to our TikTok comment.
Yeah, we got
that guy may have watched none of our videos, but he just saw
it was on the one where I was talking about how I don't know. No, it was about how Trent Brown's gonna play guard, and I was like, I don't know if this is a very smart idea, and he was like, hey, whatever protects Burrow, and I was like, at least we got a comment, and I was like, from a Bengals fan, and it won't load. Are you kidding me? I wanted to give this guy a shout out.
That's all right. He knows who he is. Yeah. Or she.
But some of these videos, I've gotten up to like 1,800 views on a video.
Oh yeah,
and they get like 20 likes.
Yeah.
So hey,
let's get some of those views to transition over here. But
yeah, I wish.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
I thought we were gonna do the shout out.
Wait, well, are we? Can we get to it?
I got the pages split. Oh yes, okay.
Okay, well, wait.
It's Trent Brown at guard. Shout out to Frank G. Regal. I don't know if it's either Frank Griegel or
Hold
Frank
on,
G.
if it's
Regal.
Regal, I know some Regals.
It was.
I don't know them personally. My family does.
His profile picture was a Photoshop picture of Donald Trump's mugshot with a Bengals hat on it, and now it is a dog holding an American flag.
Hey, he's patriotic, I guess.
Hey,
shout out to him.
So yeah, Frank G. Regal, shout out. So yeah, go watch the TikToks. They're kind of popping. We're hoping one really goes off.
Really goes crazy. And some players see it and they're like, "Whoa, hold on."
Yeah, I'm hoping next episode we can come up with some good ideas. Make like some solid TikToks out of that, because we'll get some clippable moments. This one won't really have that many. We got off topic a lot, and we just talked about the news for a little bit. But hey, sometimes you do that. You just talk about the NFL. That's what a podcast is for. You just talk.
Exactly.
So,
with that being said, I'd say we covered everything we wanted to cover. See you guys in the next one.
Yep.
Thank you for watching this one. Episode 10 on the way.
See ya.
Peace.